What it do, what it do? Happy Thursday. The cryptologist here, looking to break down the charts for you just to show you how I go into looking at a chart when I'm jumping in to some trades in that day, and hopefully just help you start your trading journey a little easier just by simplifying the process and breaking it down for you. Plain and simple. So when I sit down and I look at a chart, essentially what I do, if I haven't been following it at all and it looks completely blank, no indicators, no nothing, I just look at price, and then I look for horizontal levels. So the daily time frame is my favorite time frame to start at. You can start on the weekly and you can find horizontals, but there's just more data points on the daily. So and typically, I don't try to force it. So if I don't see anything right away, then I will just keep moving on. But just looking at it real quick, I can see that there have been data points here, multiple touches, and just from where we are, I'm not going to look all the way up here, but since we're close to down here, I'm going to map this support. And then right over here, we have multiple touches. And in this little area right here, we have multiple touches. And there's some throughout here, but for the most part, those are the most obvious ones to me. I know there's another one all the way across here that I'll mark because I've had that before, but boom, 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 boom. So those are the biggest ones that I see in this zone. Like I said, there's more up here, but this is just kind of where I'm trading in that day. I'll make sure to map out the high time frame horizontal levels. And then I trade off of the 4 hour and the 1 hour. The 4 hour for a little bit bigger position swings, and then the 1 hour to 15 minute I do for scalps. But now zoomed in on the 4 hour, I look to see if there's any other levels that are of interest on the 4 hour. And very quickly I see here, this is where we were trading for a long time. And then we just broke out and had a little fake out here. This is a little deviation. So there's another level up here, and I can see a lot of data points, and there was the fake out. So close below here, you knew that it was no bueno. We're probably heading all the way back down. So just right there, mapped out the levels, and I can trade off of these now. So if I'm going to be scalping that day, then I would zoom in either to the hourly, and if price is around one of these resistance levels, I'll be watching it to see the momentum and any divergences popping up on RSI and OBV. And so, as we fell down to this level here, I'll turn off volume so it's out of the way. You can see that, I think it was the 15 minute. As we started falling here, we started to see a little bit of deviation. And, or I should say divergence right here on OBV. And we saw it on RSI. So started to look for signs of a bounce. We got one over here, but this nasty rejection, and I'll turn back on volume, showed how strong the bears wanted to not lose this level. And so now this to me is very clear that this is a level of significance because of how strongly defended it was on this pump through. And that was a 15-minute candle, on the 1 hour, look at that volatility there. So the 1 hour earlier today, there was a breakout above this, and I took a trade here and got stopped out. But it was a little risky because I did tweet this. There was very little volume, and it's odd for a Thursday to not have any kind of volume coming in. But really on a breakout of a significant level where there has shown volume coming in previously, to reject it, you'd want to see the bulls pushing through with volume. So knew that pump out was weak, so we were probably likely for a fallback to retest or fall back through. So the fact we fell back through is not a good sign to me, just in the short term. On the 1 hour time frame, this is typically where I'd look for signs of divergence to short here. And if we look at the 15 minute, you can see we're pressed up right against it right now. We got above it, and it looks like we're stalling out. there's not really any sign of bearish divergence on OBV or RSI that I can see, but the volume is still really low. So no signs of life just yet. And then zooming back out to the 4 hour, if you're trading off the 4 hour, not really scalping on low time frames, really all you're doing, and I posted this earlier, this is the roadmap you could follow, is just sit on your thumbs and wait until you get above this level. Simple as that. On a 4 hour close, there's been 2 4 hour wicks that have come above it, but never closed above it. So you just wait. And sometimes on 4 hour closes, the bad thing is you'll get something like this where booyah, just pumps right through and your entry is way up here. So you don't want to, FOMO in way up here, because you really want to try to keep your risk minimal and relative to your reward. And depending on the person, it could be 2-to-1, it could be 5-to-1, it could be 10-to-1. Depends on your strategy. But I would say at least 1.5, 2-to-1 risk reward is what you should be looking for. So when you're all the way up here on a 4 hour close, it's going to be really tough to jump in, whenever the horizontal below you is 4% down there. So you'd probably want to wait for a retest or wait till the next break above this level, or you look to short this level right here. So I did short right here on the 1 hour when I saw this stall out, and I posted about it. There was a inverse head and shoulders that formed on, I believe it was the 30-minute, right there. And the moment we got a breakdown, and it was even on the 15-minute, you could see it. The moment we got a breakdown right here, that was where I decided to take the short, and didn't think it was going to honestly come all the way back down and under. I thought we might get a bounce here or a bounce here, but it is what it is. We fell through, and now we're watching. And so as simple as that. So you're either sitting on your hands waiting for a 4 hour close to break back above this 4 hour resistance level, or you can take some scalps within the range here, zooming in and looking for any kind of signs of life down here. But really short and sweet, guys. Didn't want to get into too much more than that. Just looking at the daily time frame to map out my levels, zoom in on the 4 hour to see if there's any more. And then I just decide kind of where price is. Do I take heavier position? Is there volume coming in to support a strong move one way or the other? Is it trending or is it choppy? And I'm just trying to get in and out on the chop and scalp what I can. And honestly, guys, just locally on the daily time frame, this is the last thing I'll go over here is, and I've tweeted this also, but as you can see, we're kind of in this ascending triangle, and I've seen other people call it, ascending wedge, if you're drawing it from here, from the bodies, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, we are in a zone chopping. So we get back above 41 or 44.5, or if we fall back below, really to me, if we fall back below 37, then we are going to probably broaden this range, and we're going to start trending one way or the other, and there'll be some more volatility coming in. But we've been chopping in this zone for some time now, since the beginning of the year. And so it's been almost 3 months. We're long overdue for some real volatility outside of a chop zone. So just pay attention to that. When the moment we clear one of these areas on a daily close, I am definitely going to be calling for a move up or down in a big way. Hopefully it's going to be up. I'm a Bitcoin bull all the way, so I'm looking to shoot back up to these levels. I mean, I really think all bets are off when we get back above this level. But as we're in here, just be careful and be safe. Don't don't buy into resistance. Don't short support. The trend is your friend until the end. Obviously, if you're zoomed in real close, you can break the rules a little bit on that. Where you're locally near support on a higher time frame, you could short. But just in generally speaking, when you're down here, if you're looking to hold a position for a little bit of time, you'd be looking to long down here, and definitely looking to just short up here. And on a macro sense, we are still in a downtrend. And until we break this area, I told you 44.5, we're still in a downtrend. So really the play is always going to be short on any pump. But you know, the top of this zone is going to give you the most maximum risk reward on a short. But we've attempted to break through 4 times now, 4, 5, 6 times. So eventually it will break. But until it does, just don't overdo or don't try to break the trend. Stick with it and play the right game. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching, and I will start to do more of these short form videos just to give you guys quick updates and tips on what I see is going on, just to help you guys make some more money, because that's the name of the game, ain't it? All right. Peace out.